Hey gang, Space Time Badass here. So today I thought it would be fun for a little change of pace to give you what I think is a good case for the dreamcatcher. For anyone who may be unaware what a dreamcatcher is, look it up. I don't know why anyone would be. It's a pretty widespread thing, especially if you're interested in dreams and lucid dreams, but it is I believe it started as a Native American tradition. The thought process behind that is that these devices would suck up your bad dreams and catch the bad dreams for you so that you would have only pleasant dreams. So that's the story. Obviously, objectively, we know that scientifically that cannot be the case. However, I do believe that there is a case to be made for a practical use of the dreamcatcher. Before I get into that, I would like to kind of share my experience with you because I'm very fond of dreamcatchers. I offer a tier on my Patreon where I actually will make a handmade dreamcatcher as part of that and send it out to you. So I've been making dreamcatchers, God, probably fucking 4 or 5 years now, maybe even a little bit more than that. I don't do it very frequently. However, it is something that I like to do if I just want to do something creative while I have to do something else as well. I got my first dreamcatcher from my grandmother when I was a child and I was having these really bad nightmares, and they were very recurrent nightmares of a monster underneath my bed, or actually at the foot of my bed. It would just come in and try to eat my feet, and that was my nightmare as a kid. My grandmother gave me a dreamcatcher, and she told me that it would take care of my bad dreams, that I would only have good dreams for as long as I slept with it in my room. So she made me this dreamcatcher, and I still have it to this day. And it is something that I have as a memento, and especially since she passed about 2 years ago now, I have that to remind me of her and my love for the dreamcatcher itself and my love for her. After that, it did work for me, and ever since then I've had a very big fondness for dreamcatchers, and this is really kind of at the heart of what I think on dreamcatchers. I think it's down to the placebo effect with dreamcatchers. And for me, this is something I don't think the placebo effect has ever quite worn off of me where dreamcatchers are concerned, because I really don't have bad dreams. I mean, I have dreams that can be emotionally charged negatively or some negative aspect in that dream. However, I cannot remember a time where I had an actual and true horror nightmare since I got my first dreamcatcher, and it's been awesome. I think I'm very lucky in some respect for that. When it comes to the use of the dreamcatcher, I feel that again it is down to placebo, and this can actually be used. I won't make the case that a person could make a dreamcatcher or buy a dreamcatcher and convince themselves 100% that that is going to work for them, but to make a case for that, I guess you could say that even when people know medically that they are getting a placebo, the placebo still has a level of success, so it could possibly work for you. But I think the most practical use for the dreamcatcher is exactly the situation that I found myself in. If a child is troubled by nightmares, and they can be made to believe that a dreamcatcher will ease that problem for them, and children being apt to believe the words that their parents and loved ones say to them, especially their elders, then I think that there is a very good use for the dreamcatcher there to alleviate nightmares, promote better dreams, promote interest in dreams, especially if you're someone like me. So if I ever have a child, you can bet your bippy that I am going to be teaching them how to lucid dream and meditate and perturb consciousness, which might be, I don't know, is that cruel? I do think this is a very practical use for the dreamcatcher. If you have someone who has a need for it, then giving it to them and telling them what it will do in a believable way to them, I think that it can very much help someone out, as it did with me. This is a very wise relic from a spiritual past, and I think it's just a really great idea and something that I feel more people should implement for the placebo effect. If a kid's having night terrors, even one of my nephews had night terrors when he was younger, and they took him to the doctor, and there's that whole dealing with it medically, whereas they simply could have just presented him with a dreamcatcher. And I didn't know this at the time, or I would have been like, hey, dreamcatcher. But I would have just given, you know, a dreamcatcher, and if that could be used instead of going to the doctor, possible medication, possible psychological evaluation, what have you, if it could just be fixed with something simple and easy, then why not do that? So, a little bit of a change of pace, not necessarily a lucid dreaming video, but dreaming related. I thought it would be fun to share an interest in a story with you guys, as well as, again, the practical use that I feel that dreamcatchers can have. I absolutely love them as not only a tool to help children, but as well as a very good decorative artifact and something that can remind me of history. And I have so many dreamcatchers in my house, you would not friggin' believe it. I think that just about covers it, guys. We'll have more lucid dreaming content on the way shortly. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, share that shit, do all the things you can. Help me out on Patreon, previously mentioned Patreon, as well. There's a Dreamleaf affiliate link in the description down below, and if you buy something on that website with that link, then 15% of that will go to help the channel out as well. Again, this is always appreciated but never required, and until next time, take it easy.